What if tomorrow morning you woke up and your entire life had changed? What if someone knocked on your door, handed you a golden key card, and said only three words: "Today, you work for him." And him was one of the richest men on the planet. No warning, no training, no second chance. Just one day, 24 hours, and every single decision you make could change your life forever. Stay with me, because this is the story of Alex, a completely normal person just like you, who lived the most extraordinary day of their life. And while you listen to this story, you are going to learn real, powerful English words and phrases that native speakers use every day. So get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let the story begin. Part 1. The phone call, when everything changes in 60 seconds. It was a Tuesday morning, a completely ordinary Tuesday. Alex was sitting at a small kitchen table, drinking cold coffee, and feeling very tired. Alex was 26 years old and worked as a temporary office helper, also called a temp worker. Temp worker is a person who works for a short time at different companies, not a permanent job. Temporary means not forever. Example, she is a temp worker. She helps different offices every week. Alex's phone rang. Unknown number. Most people do not answer unknown numbers, but something felt different. Something felt important. Alex answered. "Hello?" A very calm, professional voice spoke on the other end. "Good morning. Am I speaking with Alex Carter?" "Yes, that's me," Alex said slowly, feeling a little nervous. "My name is Margaret. I am the head of human resources at Vance Global Industries. We have a very unusual situation today, and your name was recommended to us." Recommended equals when someone says good things about you and suggests you for a job or task. Example, my teacher recommended me for the award. Recommended? Alex repeated. By who? I'm afraid I can't say, Margaret answered. But I need to ask you a question, and I need an honest answer. Are you available today? The entire day? Alex looked around the small apartment. There was nothing special planned. No job, no meetings, just another empty Tuesday. Yes, Alex said, I'm available. There was a short pause. Then Margaret spoke again, and these words would change everything. Excellent. A car will arrive at your building in 40 minutes. You will be the personal assistant to Mr. Daniel Vance, for today only. Alex's heart stopped. Daniel Vance, the Daniel Vance, worth over $40 billion, known for building technology companies from nothing, famous for being the most demanding boss in the business world. Demanding mean wanting very high quality and a lot of effort from people. Very difficult to satisfy. Example, the teacher was demanding. She expected perfect work every time. One more thing, Margaret added, her voice dropping low. Do not be late. Mr. Vance has a very strong opinion about punctuality. Punctuality means always arriving on time. Being punctual means never being late. Example, punctuality is important in business. Never keep people waiting. The line went dead. Alex sat completely still for 5 seconds, then jumped up and ran to the closet. 40 minutes, and the clock had already started. Part 2. The Black Car. First impressions and secret rules. 38 minutes later, Alex was standing outside the building, wearing the best clothes available, when a long black car pulled silently to the curb. The window came down. A man in a dark suit looked at Alex with sharp, evaluating eyes. Alex Carter? Yes. Get in. Inside the car it was cool and silent. The seats were soft leather. There was a small screen built into the seat in front, and sitting beside the screen was a sealed envelope with Alex's name on it. Alex opened the envelope carefully. Inside was one single sheet of paper. At the top, in bold letters, it said, Rules for today. Alex read quickly, heart beating fast. Rule 1. You speak when spoken to. You never interrupt Mr. Vance. Interrupt means to stop someone while they are speaking by suddenly talking yourself. Example. Please don't interrupt me. Let me finish speaking first. Rule 2. You remember everything. There will be no second chance to ask. Rule 3. Whatever you see today, you tell no one. Ever. Rule 4. Mr. Vance will test you. He always does. Do not try to impress him. Impress means to make someone think you are very good or talented. Example, she tried to impress the boss with her work. Rule 5. This is the most important rule. At the end of the day, Mr. Vance will ask you one question. Your answer will determine your future. Alex read Rule 5 3 more times. One question. Your answer will determine your future. What question? About what? Nobody said. The paper gave nothing more. Alex put the paper back in the envelope with shaking hands. The car moved smoothly through the city. Outside, people were walking to normal jobs, buying coffee, living normal lives. And Alex was riding toward something completely unknown. The car stopped at a building made almost entirely of glass. It was tall, clean, and intimidating. Intimidating means making you feel nervous or small because it is very powerful or impressive. Example, the tall building was intimidating. I felt very small standing next to it. Alex stepped out, took a breath, and walked inside. Part 3. Meeting Mr. Vance, the man who built an empire, and the test begins. The lobby was enormous. The floors were white marble. Dozens of people moved in every direction, all of them fast, focused, and serious. A young woman with a tablet walked up Alex immediately. Alex Carter, I'm Priya. Come with me, please. He's already waiting. They moved to an elevator. Priya pressed the button for the 47th floor. As the elevator rose, Priya spoke quietly but quickly. A few things you should know. Mr. Vance does not like small talk. Small talk is light, friendly conversation about unimportant things, like talking about the weather. Example, they made small talk before the meeting started. He drinks black coffee only, no sugar, no milk. He takes calls from only 4 people in the world. If anyone else calls, you handle it. And when he is thinking, do not speak, not a word, even if it feels uncomfortable. The elevator doors opened, and there he was. Daniel Vance was standing at the window, looking down at the city below him. He was tall, with gray at the sides of his dark hair. He was wearing a simple white shirt. No tie, no jacket. He did not turn around when Alex entered. 30 seconds passed, then 40, then a full minute. Alex stood still, just as the rules had said. Finally, Vance spoke, without turning around. Why did you answer the phone this morning? Alex blinked. That was not what Alex expected. Because it could have been important, Alex said carefully. Vance turned, his eyes were sharp, like someone who had spent his whole life looking for the truth in people's faces. Most people don't answer unknown numbers, he said. You did. Why really? Alex thought for a moment. Rule 4 said, don't try to impress him. Just be honest. Honestly, my life has been very quiet lately. And something about that call felt different. Like it might be an opportunity I couldn't miss. Opportunity is a chance to do something good or important. Example, this job is a great opportunity for my career. Vance looked at Alex for a long moment. Then he simply said, good, sit down. The day starts now. Part 4. The longest day. Inside the life of a billionaire, hour by hour. What happened next was unlike anything Alex had ever experienced. At 9 a.m., Vance had a video call with the president of a technology company in Japan. Alex's job was simple. Take notes. Every important word, every number, every commitment that was made. Commitment is a serious promise to do something. Example, he made a commitment to finish the project by Friday. At 10:30 a.m., 3 lawyers arrived with documents. Long, complicated documents filled with legal language. Alex had no legal training, but Vance pointed to one page and said, find the problem. Alex read, and read again. And then, there it was, one sentence, buried deep in paragraph 14, that changed the meaning of the entire contract. Alex pointed to it. Vance read it, then looked at Alex with something new in his eyes. Not quite a smile, but something close. Good eye, he said quietly. Good eye means a phrase that means you notice something small and important that others missed. Example, good eye. I didn't see that mistake. At noon, they moved to a lunch meeting with investors, important people with expensive suits and confident voices. They talked fast and used complicated words. Alex sat beside Vance, took notes, and said nothing. But at one moment, one investor said something incorrect, a wrong number about last year's profits, a small mistake, the kind that most assistants would let pass. Alex quietly wrote the correct number on a small card and slid it to Vance. Vance glanced at it. He said nothing, but under the table, he tapped the card twice with his finger. That was enough. At 2 p.m., something unexpected happened. Vance's phone rang. It was one of the 4 important callers. Vance took it, and his face changed completely. All the control, all the calm, it disappeared for just a moment. He walked to the far side of the room and spoke in a very low voice for several minutes. When he came back, he sat down and said nothing for a long time. Alex remembered Priya's words, "When he is thinking, do not speak." So Alex waited, in total silence, for 11 minutes. Finally Vance said, "My son." Then nothing more. And somehow, Alex understood that no response was the right response. They moved on. At 4 p.m., there was a presentation to a room full of engineers and designers. A new product, exciting technology, and Vance asked Alex, without warning, to stand up and give the team feedback on the presentation from the perspective of a normal person. Feedback is honest thoughts and opinions about someone's work to help them improve. Example, can you give me feedback on my presentation? I want to make it better. Alex's heart jumped, but there was no time to panic. Alex stood up and spoke simply and clearly, saying what was confusing, what was exciting, what questions a normal customer would ask. The room went quiet when Alex finished. Vance nodded very slowly. That, he said, is exactly what I pay consultants $50,000 to tell me, and they usually get it wrong. Consultant mean an expert that a company pays to give advice and ideas. Example, they hired a business consultant to help improve the company. Part 5. The unexpected truth, what billionaires really want and what nobody tells you. At 6 p.m., the office became quiet. Most people had gone home. The big city outside the windows turned golden with the setting sun. Vance poured 2 cups of black coffee. He placed one in front of Alex, without asking. They sat across from each other. Ask me something, Vance said. Anything. Alex was surprised. This was not in the rules. Alex thought carefully, then asked, "Do you actually enjoy this life?" The question hung in the air like smoke. Vance looked at his coffee. For a moment he looked tired. Not physically tired. Tired in a deeper way. Enjoy, he repeated, as if tasting the word. That's a very honest question. He paused. I enjoy the problems. I enjoy the puzzle of business. But, he stopped. But, Alex said softly, but I've been in this building for 14 hours today, and the only person who spoke to me like a real human being was the new temp worker. Spoke to me like a real human being meant treated someone with respect and honesty, not because of their money or power. Alex didn't know what to say to that. So Alex said nothing, and somehow again that was exactly right. Vance smiled, properly this time, a small, genuine smile. Genuine mean real and true, not pretended or fake. Example, she gave a genuine smile. It was not fake, she was truly happy. You've done well today, Vance said. Better than most people who have worked for me for years. Why? Alex asked. Because you listened. Really listened. Most people in that chair spend all day trying to look smart. You spend all day trying to understand. Those are very different things. Trying to understand versus trying to look smart. A very important life lesson. One is about learning. One is about ego. Part 6. The one question. The moment that changes everything. At 7:30 p.m., Vance stood up. He walked to his desk. He picked up a sealed letter and held it. The room was very quiet. I told you this morning, Vance said slowly, that at the end of the day, I would ask you one question. Alex's entire body went still. And your answer, Vance continued, will determine your future. He placed the letter on the table between them. The question is simple. He looked directly at Alex. If I offered you a job, a real job, working for me, starting tomorrow, what would you say? Alex looked at the letter, then at Vance, then at the city outside, still glowing gold. And here is the thing that nobody could have predicted. Alex did not say yes immediately. Alex said, "Can I ask you one question first?" Vance raised one eyebrow. Nobody had ever done that before, ever. "Go ahead," he said. "What happened with your son today, on that phone call?" The silence was enormous. For 1 second, 2 seconds, 3. Alex thought, I've made a terrible mistake. But then Vance sat down again, and in a very quiet voice he said, "He's sick. Has been for a while, and I haven't spent enough time with him. I keep telling myself one more deal, one more year, then I'll have time." He stopped. His jaw tightened. His jaw tightened mean a physical description of someone trying to control strong emotions. Often means they are sad or trying not to cry. But there is never more time. There is only the time you choose to use. A long silence followed. Then Alex said quietly, "Mr. Vance, if the job you're offering means I become the kind of person who misses the important things, then I'm not sure I want it. Not like that." The words landed like stones in still water. Vance stared at Alex for a very long time. Then he picked up the letter, turned it over, and slid it across the table. "Open it." Alex opened the envelope carefully. Inside was not a job offer. Inside was a single sentence, handwritten. "Tell me something true that no one else will tell me." Alex looked up, confused. "That was the real question," Vance said. "I ask it to everyone. Every single person who sits in that chair gives me a business answer, a performance answer, an answer designed to impress me." He leaned forward. "You gave me the only honest answer I've heard in years. And you made me think about my son." He stood up and extended his hand. "The job is yours, but not as my assistant." Alex shook his hand, completely stunned. Stunned means so surprised that you cannot move or speak. Completely shocked. Example: she was stunned by the news. She couldn't say a word. "Then what is the job?" Alex asked. Vance smiled again, that rare, genuine smile. "My advisor, the person who tells me what I need to hear, not what I want to hear." What Alex learned. The lessons that last a lifetime. That night, Alex walked home through the golden city streets. The day had started with cold coffee and an empty Tuesday. It was ending with an offer to work beside one of the most powerful people in the world. But here is what Alex understood on that walk home. The lesson that no school teaches, no book explains, and no amount of money can buy. The most valuable thing you can give another person is your honest attention. Not your performance, not your intelligence, not your impressive answers, your real attention, your genuine listening, your honest voice. Remember these words from today's story. Temp worker, someone working a short, temporary job. Recommended, suggested by someone who trusts you. Demanding, expecting very high effort and quality. Punctuality, always being on time. Interrupt, to speak while someone else is speaking. Impress, to make someone think very highly of you. Intimidating, making you feel nervous because something is very powerful. Small talk, light, friendly conversation about small things. Opportunity, a chance to do something great. Commitment, a serious promise. Good eye, the ability to notice small, important details. Feedback, honest thoughts to help someone improve. Consultant, an expert paid to give advice. Genuine, not fake. Stunned, completely shocked and surprised. So, what did we learn today? We learned that opportunity often comes disguised as an unknown phone call on a quiet Tuesday morning. We learned that being punctual, listening carefully, and being genuine are worth more than any impressive performance. We learned that even a billionaire, surrounded by power and money, still needs someone who speaks to them like a real human being. And we learned the most important English phrase of this entire story. Tell me something true that no one else will tell me. Think about that. In your own life, in English or any language, can you be the person who speaks honestly? Can you be the person who listens to understand, not just to reply? That is not just good English. That is good living. If this story helped you learn something today, whether it was a new word, a new phrase, or a new thought, please hit the like button. It takes 1 second, but it helps this channel reach more English learners around the world. And if you want more stories like this, subscribe. A new story is coming very soon, and I promise you, it will be worth the wait. See you in the next one.